If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Why don't more people actually follow this advice? This simple saying can keep you out of trouble in your finances and in life. I really wanted to make a video about this saying because I just think it's paramount right now. I am seeing so many stories of people losing life savings, college funds, and home down payments by not following that simple saying. There are all types of scammers out there in the world trying to separate you from your money. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know all about the call centers in far-reaching corners of the earth trying to scam you out of money. Those emails promising millions of dollars that you are owed if you just send $100. Those are the easy ones to spot. Yet they are so successful that they've been going on for decades because they still work. Look, we all make mistakes. I get it, I make them too. I bought something online that I thought was an incredible deal. Well, it was never sent to me and I never got my money back. It happens. But you know what? It was a small loss for me and I learned my lesson. Stick with me and I am going to explain how I interpret the saying, how it has saved my ass, and how it can protect you in the investment world and in life. Colin Exelby here. I'm a certified financial planner professional with over 20 years of experience providing financial planning for business owners and their families that just makes sense. I own the financial advisory practice, Celestial Wealth Management, and provide advice virtually to clients all over the country. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Investing can be like an emotional roller coaster. Waves of enthusiasm, greed, delusion, euphoria, mania, denial, fear, capitulation, and despair. In fact, when I first got into this business, I was shown this chart. It's called the Wall Street cheat sheet. It outlines how investing over time in almost anything moves and how emotions play a role in exacerbating the trend one way or another. Why am I showing you this? Because there are times when people stop thinking about losing money and only think about how much they can make. That is the exact time to be very careful about what you are doing. There's another old saying, when others are acting careless with their financial affairs, you should be prudent with yours. This is a perfect spot to point out important disclosures. The information in this video is for educational purposes. This is not specific financial planning or investment advice. In addition, everyone's tax situation is different. You should discuss your tax situation with a qualified tax advisor before implementing any planning strategy. In 2022, I have seen major stories about investors losing life savings in real estate deals gone wrong, cryptocurrency investments and loans that turned out to be frauds, stock trading gurus on TikTok and YouTube who are nothing more than charlatans, offshore tax shelters, and collectibles like baseball and basketball cards that aren't what they appear to be. And there's many more out there. Don't get me wrong, I don't want anyone to fall victim to scams, and I really do feel for the pain some people are going through. But enough is enough. Let's all take some ownership here. Take some responsibility for your money. The really major losses I've read about and seen on TV are often people who are doing three things that any reputable financial advisor would advise against. Number one, chasing out of the norm returns. Number two, not doing enough due diligence on the investment. And number three, putting too much of their net worth into the single investment. As a certified financial planner professional, I feel part of my job is to help my clients and you all who are a part of my community to be able to spot when something seems too good to be true. Here's a couple of examples in 2022. Terra, maybe you've heard of it, the cryptocurrency. it lost 98% of its value, and investors lost their life savings. I lost all my life savings, had bought Luna at $85, not sure what to do, wrote a Terra investor on a Reddit community forum. Another investor lost $15,000 after failing to sell it when it was trading above $100 last month. I got greedy, hoping to get more money so I can at least afford a down payment for a house for my family. I guess no house and savings then, the user posted. Another user on the Reddit forum posted that I lost over $450,000. I cannot pay the bank. While another said, I will lose my home soon. I've become homeless. With something so speculative, why would you have your entire life savings in it? YOLO? Gosh, I hope not. This gentleman in this story spent most of Tuesday, May 10th in his condo trying to withdraw anything that remained of the $320,000 balance that was there just days before. The app wouldn't let him. While watching Bloomberg TV talk about a cryptocurrency he only learned of days before, he tried to hide his panic from his wife. She was getting ready for work. The baby was eating on the high chair. The 3-year-old was on the iPad, and I was keeping it all inside. He was losing his savings because of the crash in TerraUSD, an algorithmic stablecoin that shed $60 billion in value in a matter of days. Stablecoins like this are a fixture of the cryptocurrency economy and are supposed to never depeg from the dollar. If you're wondering why anyone would tie all their money to an algorithmic stablecoin, I do too, but it happened. This man is one of nearly 5,000 retail investors who made $47 million in deposits into stablecoins, a now bankrupt company that offered a crypto savings account with interest rates up to 15%. 15%? A savings account paying 15%? Current FDIC-backed savings accounts pay less than 2%. Those are the ones that are guaranteed by FDIC government insurance. Let's get real here. If something is paying interest rates of 15%, it sure as heck isn't guaranteed. There is a huge risk there. Take some responsibility. I saw ads like these on my YouTube channel. Lend your cryptocurrency to companies to use, and they would pay you interest rates between 10 and 20%. Red flag right there. It's appealing to the greed in all of us. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. If you want to participate, do so with an amount you can afford to lose. Not your life savings, not your retirement funds, and not your kids' college funds. Next up, stock trading apps, a number of easy-to-use finance apps that allow people to trade stocks and options without any knowledge of what they are doing. While I think it is great to democratize the investing community and allow many people to invest in stocks without much friction, there are potential issues as well. If a client wants to trade options when working with me, they go through an extensive approval process. How much do they know? What is their net worth? What size of trades are they considering, and what types of strategies? Then we analyze it. Apparently, at a number of these apps, you could trade options without any of that. When volatility appears in the stock market, option strategies can go very bad, very quick, if not structured properly. I believe some of these apps have since fixed that to be a little bit more stringent, but they solicited new customers by appealing to greed. You can make more with options, but you can also lose more. If you're going to trade options, understand what you are doing. Next, following the free investment advice from unqualified people on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Discord, or other platforms without your own due diligence. Don't get me wrong, there is great content out here on these platforms. Hopefully you think mine is, and if you do, hit that like and subscribe button so you're notified whenever I release a new video. But as I always say in my videos, this is for education. Work with a qualified tax and investment advisor before implementing any strategy. If your stock portfolio is from tips on TikTok, only invest what you can afford to lose. What you are doing is more like gambling than anything else if you aren't doing your own research. Now, there are also numerous scams in the real estate industry to watch out for. Rental scams, home inspection scams, title or deed scams, wire fraud scams, as well as real estate deals gone bad. And often these deals offer targeted returns significantly higher than what real estate market returns over time have paid out. The presentations, they look professional, the strategies look sound, but the numbers, they look inflated. That is something to look out for. In general, in the investing world, if something does not have FDIC insurance protection, there is some sort of risk. Your job is to find out what the risk is and whether you accept that risk. Here are a couple of great rules to follow. Do your homework. Ask questions, and if you don't like the answers, run as fast as you can in the other direction. The only dumb question is the one you didn't ask. Make sure you search Google for the individual you are working with and the company that they work for. See if they are reputable. See if there are complaints or bad reviews. There is always hair in a deal. Your job is to find it. If it feels off in your gut, just avoid it. There'll be plenty of other investments out there. And finally, again, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Let's take some responsibility here. Take responsibility for your wealth. And if you want some more of my rules, check out my ebook, Accelerating Your Path Toward Prosperity, 7 Steps to Build Your Path Today. In my opinion, the single best short ebook on financial planning that's out there. Just head to celestialwm.com. Hit the resources button and the ebook. Enter your info and your ebook will be emailed to you. Thanks for watching this public service announcement. I feel so strongly about this topic because I hate saying I told you so. Listen, don't reach for yield. Don't pick up pennies in front of a steamroller, and make sure that light at the end of the tunnel isn't a train coming to smash your portfolio. Make sure you stick around and check these videos out next to supercharge your financial life. Get clear, be clear.